Hey everyone, OverlordMoon here, back with another video after not uploading for several months. This kicks off the first episode of my new, long-lasting Town of Salem series called Role Review, where I play as every single role in the game, talk about it briefly, give some tips, and give the role a rating between 1 and 10. Keep in mind throughout this series that this is simply my opinion, and you may find yourself disagreeing with me in some regard. To kick this series off, we'll be talking about the Town Investigative roles, otherwise known as TI, and we'll be starting with Sheriff. The one good thing about Sheriff is that it is a very easy role to play, and someone who is a beginner will get used to it very quickly. The objective is simple: check someone every night and find out whether or not they're suspicious. I think that's about the only good thing I can say about this role, really. While others may disagree, I find Sheriff to be the weakest town investigative role of the four. I guess that's another thing I should mention real quick, is that I'll be talking about all of the base game's roles before going into the Covenant expansion's additional roles. Anyways, Sheriff has several counters to its mechanic, which can throw off its results. Some examples are a framer framing the person you interrogate, a transporter switching your target with someone else, a witch controlling you to interrogate a random target, a disguiser appearing as a non-mafia member, and lastly, roles such as Godfather, which have detection immunity. Additionally, Sheriff is one of the most common roles to be fake claimed by an evil role, due to it being a difficult role to prove, and thus difficult for an evil to be disproven. Here's a few tips I've compiled to help give you the best chance of winning as possible while playing as Sheriff. Tip number 1. Try to get yourself confirmed by working with other town investigative roles. For example, if the executioner has already been found and there's an investigator in the game, having them investigate you can 100% confirm that you are a townie, because A, there's no way there can be two executioners in the same game, and B, neutral killers have been removed from the ranked and ranked practice role list. You could also team up with any spies and try to interrogate people who the Mafia has not visited from the spies' results, thus giving you a higher chance of finding an evil. Tip number 2 would be to reveal your results early and reveal your results often. One of the first things you should be doing is whispering the jailer your findings and sharing that information with the town. As with the Sheriff role, half of your battle is trying to convince people that you're not the executioner or an evil. Even if your target is innocent, it is still good to share these results anyways, as it can build up trust amongst the townies. Lastly, it's important to reveal your results early, as town will have your information from before, even if you get cleaned by a janitor or forged by a forger later on. I guess my last tip would be that if all else fails, do understand that you may be lynched anyways, and that you may be sacrificed in a 1-for-1 scenario. This often occurs when there's a choice between two options and one is likely evil, where the town will lynch one and have the jailer either execute or the vigilante shoot the other one. This happens because, generally speaking, the town still has a high probability of winning the game, even if there is only one mislynch. While it may be extremely frustrating to get killed regardless of whatever you do understand that at the end of the day, you can only do so much to contribute to the town with the role you have, regardless of what role it may be. As for my personal rating, I'd give Sheriff a 2 out of 10. Whenever I get this role, my first words are never, "Heck yeah, I get to play a Sheriff," but rather, "Seriously, I have to play as this role?" With there being a large number of counters to this role, its ability to easily be fake claimed, and its difficulty to prove, alongside no real playmaking potential, I find this role to be very unfun and lackluster. There's not really much else to say regarding the matter. Have you ever seen a game where the Sheriff was able to beat all odds and carry the town? What do you think when you get to play Sheriff? Would you rate it higher or lower than what I rated this role? Let me know down in the comments below. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, it'd mean a lot if you gave me feedback by liking and sharing this video with your friends. Feel free to comment. And if you're inclined, lynch the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I give a role review for Investigator. Until next time, signing off.